It's Stefan Stewart. I have a question.
Yes, Stefan.
So it seems concentrating in the Dantian develops strength and will, but can you talk about will and surrender? It seems like a simultaneous thing.
Uh, yeah, of course. I mean, look, the purpose of will when you do internal work is that part of you that will not relent when you're up against the obstacles that are keeping you from touching profoundly higher energy in the universe. Your will can get you through it. And then your will and the use of breath and mind get you past all of those obstructions that are keeping you from connecting with higher energy in the universe. And, will, uh, I mean, and look, how does will work with surrender? Understand, without a will to be one with higher energy in the universe, you're not going to be able to surrender all the things you're attached to. Something inside has to say, it's enough. And I need to get past this. I need to get to a place in myself that is pure, that is connected with spirit, where the heart is open and the chakra system is working. And that is surrender. You're letting go of all the things that are keeping you from having a spiritual life. In order to do that, you've got to internalize your will. You have to, in a sense, will yourself to do it. But that is using the will in a healthy way. It's not using the will to beat somebody else out of something. It's using the will to overcome yourself, to overcome the obstructions, the problems, the tensions, the things we are so attached to in life. And that will enables us eventually to recognize that everything's transient. All the things we attach ourselves to are just transient energies. And the only thing that is not transient is the soul of a human being that continues to evolve when the body is no longer here. And so we need to learn how to use our will in a healthy way. And when the will is used to overcome and break ourselves down inside so we can free ourselves of all the entrapments, we're using our will in a healthy way. When the will is used in order to kick somebody else in the teeth and be imperious and more powerful than them, then it's just nonsense. You understand? All it does is create more karma. The other way, it creates less karma. You're getting free of all of the elements that are keeping you attached, to having, I hate to say it, but to having to reincarnate here over and over until you finally learn to surrender them, let them go. So this all works together, Stefan. Understand these things are not this and that will versus surrender. You need to have a strong internalized will in order to get to a place inside where you're ready to let go. Because there's so many tests and there's so many problems and such tension and conflicts that go on inside human beings. Things we're not even conscious of that are buried inside us. That somehow, if you do deep inner work, these things manifest and they provide more tests, things you've buried and you don't even know they were there. They suddenly manifest and they provide more tests. And it's only that conscious use of will and learning through the will to use the mind and the breath in a way, in a conscious way, where it opens us inside. And then we can surrender, we can let go. We have the strength inside to no longer to be attached to all of this illusion and Maya that somehow dominates the lives of most people. So will and surrender work together. Breathing and will and surrender work together. Conscious use of mind, will, and surrender, and breath all work together. These things are not in opposition to each other. And we can use each and every one of them to build a chakra system that will give us the internal strength to be able to just let go. You know, my
Thank you. That was
t-shirt,
very clear.
just let go.
Thank you, Stuart. That was really clear. Thank you.
You're welcome. Otherwise, I mean, will creates more problem. I am more important than you. I'm more imperial or imperious than you. I am blah, 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 and all this bullshit that goes on in the world where people have to endlessly, be better than everybody else. That's just a very unconscious use of will. And all, as I said earlier, all it does is create more karma for you. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Or somebody else has to have a question. You got to fuel up my tank here. You give me a question, and boy, it really works well.
Stuart, I have a question.
Yes, Derek, thank you.
It seems like a really big cycle is coming to a close right now this year. Can you talk about how we can
I can
consciously
tell
relate
you,
to that?
yes, I can. Every class, I say, please, Lord Shiva, Shiva works for me. Help me to be strong enough to deal what's coming into my life now. Every class, I ask, I have a simple little prayer because it's really changing. I mean, look, it used to be a small class was 12 people. Now a small class is 25 people. And even the people that have been studying are making more an effort to be part of this meditation. I have to get strong enough to be able to deal with this. And I keep asking myself for help to be strong enough to deal with what's taking place now and what's obviously for me going to take place in the future. So yes, there's ways of doing it. And when you need that type of energy, there's always something in you that receives a way to get it. And you have to be able to listen, to open, let go of all the superficial stuff, and let these answers come to teach you what to do as your life grows. And as things get bigger in a good way, I'm not talking about suddenly running a multi-billion-dollar business. I mean, sometimes I look at those people, you know, I look at those people and I just wonder, I don't see one person that in that crowd of people that has even a hint of joy in their heart, happiness. So something, I can't talk about it, but I saw something today that was really very interesting in the media, but I really can't talk about it. It's something anyway, it's just to me, when I look at these people and I look at what goes on in our world today, it's the Buddha talking to me. It really is. What is real and what is an illusion? What is Maya? And what really allows a human being to develop a heart chakra that opens and gives them joy and love and happiness? So it comes, Derek. You just open and the answer will be there. And the answer to you is not going to be the same answer that comes to me. Understand, you have your own unique path to follow. All this meditation is about is giving you the energy to find your unique path. That's it. To get your answers. I've been doing this meditation for 50 years now because it is constantly giving me answers to the uniqueness of my life. I could have never manufactured in my head the life I have lived. There's no way. And it's all because of consistency of doing this development of chakras, opening to higher energy on a consistent basis. The answers come. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question.
Yes, Bob?
Why are you specifically invoking Shiva?
Ask Shiva, Bob. I don't know, Bob, but it works. I have no answer to some of your questions, Bob. It works. What do I give it? Why? Who cares? I mean, I ask for this help. I've always been, I mean, Rudrananda was the earliest form of Shiva. Rudrananda, the most primordial form of Shiva was Rudrananda, the name he was given as a Swami. So I just, whatever comes, and if it works, who am I to ask why? Just use it. Swami Nityananda was the incarnation of Ganesh. They call that little village there Ganesh Puri because of Swami Nityananda. Ganesh was the son of Shiva, the mischievous son of Shiva, was given an elephant head. But I'll tell you an interesting story today. I, I decided, I thought maybe I'll get back to buying art. I haven't been doing it for probably 4 or 5 months now, and I like it. I like going on treasure hunts. I always enjoyed it. So I found a whole series of sculptures, Indian sculptures, that were, some of them were really quite good. I mean, from the 12th century, 11th century, 10th century, three of them I really liked. And I said, wow, this is something I can go after. The prices weren't crazy and they were really good things to have around the house. So, the next day I went to the auction to see what was going on with those three sculptures. They were withdrawn from the auction. And I started to laugh. I said, Stuart, you're not supposed to be doing this now. They were withdrawn from the auction. The well, actually, there were about six pieces, but three of them were the three I was interested in. They were withdrawn from the auction. It's a sign. It was telling me, hey, put your energy into the book, put your energy into this, group that's growing here, and stop putting your energy into that. Maybe it'll come back a little later. But right now you can't put your energy into that. And then there was another auction. There was a Renaissance painting I really liked. And I said, yeah, I'll bid on that. That was a very nice painting, and it probably dated about 18th century, maybe late 17th century. And it was also withdrawn from the auction. I say, Stuart, the God, like when I met Rudy, the gods are talking to you. Listen, listen. I found it very funny. We're given signs. We don't even look for them, and we're given them about where to invest our life, our energy. We just have to learn to listen. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, God bless you all. Thank you. There'll be a retreat this weekend starting Friday evening. People are already starting to come, and I really am looking forward to this. So God bless you all. Be well. Have a wonderful evening. There will be meditation tomorrow at 1 o'clock and at 7:30. And then this weekend there'll be the retreat, so there'll be no classes online. I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow, and have a wonderful evening. And thank you all. Thank you. I say it all the time, and I really mean it from my heart. Thank you for being in my life, being here. And really, the work I do here has so much changed me and opened me to a higher force in the universe. And all of you have been part of this. And I have nothing but gratitude. God bless you all. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Stuart.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Thank
you.
God
you,
bless
Stuart.
you.
Thanks. Good night, Stuart.